Hello, hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Halfway through the week. We'll
Right?
just give it another minute or two for people to jump on. Sheri has commented in the chat there, and the snow's coming.
The snow is coming. I have an early flight tomorrow, and I think the snow will still be there. Donna, hello. I'm so glad that you're here. Always early, bright and early. I think the snow not being plowed by the time I'm heading to Pearson tomorrow will be fine.
It will be. It will be because things are going to work out. It's
You know,
all good.
my son works at Pearson, which makes it
Okay.
rather easy for us to get rides there. And he's always told me, if the highway is blocked with snow, so is the runway. So don't worry, your plane won't be going anywhere without you. And I'm like,
That's a very valid point.
it's Toronto, right? It's the way it is.
That's right. Well, it's February, it's Canada, it's gonna happen. So to
Yes.
me, that means it is great crafting weather because
Oh,
you're gonna hunker down inside. You're gonna go down into your craft room and you're gonna pull out your prettiest rainbows and your brightest colors because that's what's gonna make you feel
I can't
happy.
I can't believe you just said brightest colors and your prettiest rainbows. I just set out a layout for myself to do. Look at my rainbows.
Look at that.
Look at oh my gosh, my puppy. You are fabulous. I am feeling this weather. There's no way. I'm done packing for my trip, so I'm good. I'm going to spend a little time after this afternoon. Bring in the rainbows, my friend. That's what I'm going to do.
There you go. Well, welcome everyone who is watching us. If you don't know who I am because you're joining us from Sheri's channel, I'm also Sheri. So I am Sheri from the Paper Crafters Workshop, 1R Sheri. And then next to me over here, hey, I got it right. Next to me over here is Sheri with 2 R's from Creating Sheri. And last year we connected, and Sheri said, how would you feel about doing a card swap? And we talked about it and we've tinkered around with it, and we launched our first card swap. I think, was it October that we kicked things
We
off?
did it in November, I think, actually. So we launched in October, you're right. And then it was in November. Yes, you're exactly right.
That's right. So we tried out this program. We had over 40 lovely crafters join us to participate. Excuse me, participate in this swap. My apologies.
You're good. Don't worry. What Sherry is saying with 1R is that we had over 40 people who joined us. It was incredible. We had wonderful opportunity to get people registered at a couple of different live events that we were at where registration was open. We're going to do the same this time around. We'll tell you more about that in a minute. But when we opened the Facebook group, private Facebook group, the people flooded in, and wow, did we have community and joy are the two words that I think totally underlined the experience of the program.
Absolutely. And even with Canada Post, it was one of those things where we had absolutely no control over it, but all of the ladies in the swap just pivoted right along with us. And some of them are still waiting to get some of their cards, but that's okay because they will get there. We are confident they are going to get there. But the joy and the fun and the connection that we had in sharing our cards, sharing what we received, it was truly, truly a very special experience. So who wants to do it again with us?
Me,
Who
me,
wants
me,
to do it again?
me,
I
me.
think this is going to be great. And in the nature of a new year, we're starting it a teeny bit later than we had planned, but that's okay because we know you've got cards in your stash, and the joy of being able to send it to someone else is just going to be amazing. Now, if you're new to this whole swap program, I'm going to turn it over to Sheri, and she's going to just go through some of the nuts and bolts. And then we've got some special things to show you and some a special announcement to reveal.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so the creative card share or the swap is a very, very simple program. We wanted to make it as easy as possible for everybody. Really simply, let me give you in a nutshell. So you're going to make 4 cards. Now, we found out very quickly most of us have cards in our stash, so you can do a combination of ones from your stash. You can take all 4 from your stash if you want, or You can be inspired to make all sorts of new ones and make 4 new ones, but you're going to take 4 of those cards. You're going to get matched with share partners. You're going to send 2 of your cards out to your first partner, and you're going to send 2 of your cards out to your second share partner. And then a really neat magical thing keeps happening as well too. Another partner is going to get your name and send you 2 of their cards, and so is another partner. So I've just named 5 different share partners. There's you sending it to partner 1 and partner 2. There's your partner sending it to you, and your second partner sending it to you. You are going to meet some wonderful people in this process and be inspired with their art. Gabriel, I'm so glad that you're here as well too. Thank you so much for everything you did in the last swap as well. So really simply, 4 cards, 2 going to one partner, 2 going to another partner. Now we are keeping the swap in Canada to allow us to make sure that we are doing all the right things and can really make Canada Post earn its pay this time around, friend. So we have that.
100%.
Yes, absolutely. A couple other things that are really neat in the share is that we have a private Facebook group. Sheri and I are doing both a virtual welcome party and a virtual wrap party. For those of us who hasn't been able, didn't see this last time, we had some wonderful notes of recognition. In the Facebook parade, in the Facebook group, we also did a photo parade, which means it's not just the 5 people I mentioned that you're seeing the cards of. You get to see everybody's cards. And I'm telling you, when I say that we were community and joy, it is so much fun to see what everybody has created, be inspired by it. We had an entire discussion about wax seals that just blew my mind. I am a huge wax seal fan now, was never one before, but my goodness, I got inspired and started doing it in my craft studio. And wow, it was fantastic. Tunnel cards, it was incredible. So many different things that I think got me out of my comfort zone, Sheri. I think I elevated my crafting. But also the really cool thing here is that we want you to use what you have. There's no kit to purchase. There's no exclusive die set that you need. It isn't a particular brand that we're following, though you have asked for a theme. So hang tight to hear more about that. You are going to use what's already in your craft space, and you are going to make great use of it because you know what? We know you have great things. We know you want to get more practice with them, and it's going to allow you to find other people who have the same kind of ideas and values to inspire you. I found that when I would see the pictures in the photo parade, I would remember, hey, I have that die. I haven't made that one in ages. And I would pull it out. And all of a sudden, I felt like I had something new that I was making beautiful and creative again. So really simply, you're making or taking from your stash 4 cards. You're getting 2 partners that you're going to send 2 cards to each. You're getting 2 other cards twice from other people. That's a lot of 2s, but you're going to get happy mail. You're going to send happy mail. And I'm telling you, you're going to make some friends and have some fun along the way. Sheri, how did I do with the rules? Is that a good?
I think you did well. We can just pop this up right here.
Yeah.
And we're
And
gonna
we'll hide behind it. This way. Okay. So
we will also have this on the website. We'll have this on the website as well. So if you need a recap of the rules, then that is what this is all about. But we're going to be in constant communication with you as well. So don't you worry a thing. If you are new to this, we're going to take you along for the ride with us. And if you are joining us again for the second time, we're just so happy to have you there.
You get to be alumni. That's kind of neat. We should figure out if there's going to be badges for alumni. That's going to be fun.
There you go.
It's going to be fun. Okay, Sheri, I think we should give these guys a treat and show them some of the amazing stuff that inspired us last time. I randomly picked. So with more than 40 people each making 4 cards, there were a lot of cards. I forget what the math is on that, but more than 100 beautiful cards.
And some people did more than 2 cards.
It's true. So, it's true. But let's show them and we'll walk them through. So, and I will tell you, Ashley is just the most beautiful colorer in the whole wide world. She did beautiful blending with this. Gorgeous, gorgeous little critters. Loved being able to see this. And she also took from her stash too, if I remember correctly. So here's a little sample of what she made. All of these made with heart. Let's take a look at the next one here. I tried to pick a little bit of a variety to show you. So a bit more coloring here, still with some beautiful critters. And you know what? Nice things to know. you don't have to be professional at anything you're doing. Newbies are welcome as well too. We're here to help you
Absolutely.
figure out how to use what you already have. So another example here, let's go to the next one here, and I'll show you something a little bit different. So lots of dies. Personally, I love doing jigsaw puzzles. You know, when I'm away at the cottage and it's raining, I want to do a jigsaw puzzle. To me, dies allow me to kind of scratch that same itch where I'm doing some neat things. So you can see how the sun in the background with those clouds, the sun and the fence are done with a die. This beautiful archway, and oh my gosh, those doors that open up. Wow. We just had some really beautiful things here. Let's look at the next one. And I
Sorry,
think
1 second.
all good.
There we go.
This
I love that one
right?
with the skirt.
Oh, okay. The dress on this lovely lady, and see that sentiment? Life looks beautiful on you. In Facebook, in our group, we went crazy with this. It was just absolutely fun. I think I want a hat like that, Sheri. I feel like I have nowhere to wear a hat like that, but if I had one, I would wear it just for fun.
You're going somewhere sunny, so I think that would be perfect for where you're going.
You're right. I think that's going to be good. And then look at these pastels, but look at the way they sort of glow. I love the way that this card was created, that beautiful die cut, beautiful ink blending, some nice embossing on this one, just really, really great. And our first swap was the theme was as you desire. Instead of it being themed to a specific kind of event or genre or celebration note, we allowed people to make cards for anything. Now we started in November, so we did get a number of Christmas cards. I think the next one might be of a couple of our Christmas cards.
Yeah, I'm just putting up the link that if you want to register and get some more information, that's there in the chat.
Awesome.
And then
great. Oh, you know what? These ones are also some Better Press, which we love being able to do those. Some of the folks were from the Better Press Society group. That was awesome to be able to have the crossover. I know lots of us as hobbyists, as paper crafters, also love our knitting needles or our sewing or our quilting. So this was a really popular one that we saw as well too. And then I think we get to Christmas, but I could be wrong. Let's see. Nope, we got to go to Thanksgiving before we go to Christmas. I love it. Now, the one with the little owl on it is actually a shaped card. So what fun we had being able to kind of challenge ourselves to think outside the block, but also to keep this no stress. I loved doing what I was comfortable with and then getting inspired by what others were doing to try on my own time. It didn't feel like it was pressure that I had to go in and do something rushed. I was showing them what I did wonderfully. And clearly this was made by somebody who loved to make those shape cards. And now I've stepped out a little bit and looked at my dies a bit differently to say, I think I can try this. And importantly, I have a friend that I have made through the swap who's there to kind of give me some coaching and guidance as we go. So lots of different ones that we did here. Sheri, are we getting to this one now?
I think so, but I just want to say one thing. If you are interested in joining the swap and you sign up today, you can start making your cards today. You don't need to wait for your swap partners to be assigned. That's going to be kind of, towards the end of the process where we're going to be like, okay, here's your addresses and just put them in the mail and go. So once we reveal the theme, and that we may have already let the cat out of the bag a little bit, but you can start making right away, or you can pull from your stash. Don't feel like you have to make from scratch. This is not about being pressured.
No.
This is about celebrating your joy of card making. Celebrate just creating for the sake of creating and sharing that celebration with someone you're going to meet.
That's right. That's so true. All right.
There's our Christmas.
There we go. We got a little bit of Christmas going on here. And, what was interesting is that people, I think, on the whole, kind of picked a mix of what they wanted. So I would say that lots of us in the swap did the hybrid approach, made a couple of new cards that we wanted to try out and do, and then took a couple from our stash. But the nice thing about signing up now is that you can decide. You can go through your stash, pick 4 cards now, and then when and if you have time to create something new, you can trade it out before you send them. That's entirely fine too. You do not have to have one way is the right way. This is about you being inspired to have fun, to do your crafting, to use what you have, and to feel great about the wonderful things that you're doing to share your cards for sure. And I'm not sure. Do we have? I think do we have another set of cards to show in some of the pictures here, Sheri?
That is it for cards.
All right. So
however,
Yes.
Some people got really creative
Yes.
and they made some extra treats.
This was just joy personified. So I don't remember which side of the screen it's on for you, but the one that says the hello and the thank you, that picture that we have there.
Yes,
So
it's in the top right.
top right, thank you. So those tiny little envelopes all came with tiny little pieces that you can put into the envelopes and switch out into your card. But also what Margaret did here that was beautiful was she made some sentiments and then matted them. She included those in with her card so that the individual who's receiving them could pick the most appropriate little greeting to put into their card for who they were sending it to. And they had a couple extras for other cards that they might be making. So sometimes, I don't know about you, but I find myself in a pinch and saying, oh gosh, I just need a card for Lori and I got to get it to her right now. Having those tiny little extra pieces are such a nice thing to be able to add to what you've already created. So that was something that Margaret did. In the middle here, you can see some hot chocolate and tea got put in with these cards here. That was really sweet. And I think those are some, what do we call those? Gems that we have.
Yes.
I'm so glad, Gabriel. That's wonderful that you got those little extras. That's fantastic. So it's your creative card share. You get to decide what you want to put into it. We're having a great debate right now, and we will come out with a preferred way forward. But some people wanted to put envelopes in because they like decorating their envelopes or making their envelopes. And some people didn't want to put envelopes in because most card makers make the same size card and have them. So we actually this time have put it out into a survey to say what's going to be better. We're going to make a game time call on that one any moment now. But the really nice thing is that you get to do what's suitable for you. So again, this is a pressure-free environment. We want this to be joy-filled. So if you decide that you want to put some little extras in because that's what you love to do, go for it.
Absolutely.
And I'm telling you, you will feel celebrated because it doesn't matter what goes into your card. Everybody seemed to just truly find something to enjoy in everything that we received.
Yes. And I think when we did our survey, that was kind of the number one piece that came back to us, that it was about the giving. It was about the giving of the cards and the sending of the package and the sharing of something that we love. Because, while we are all a community and while we've got this virtual community, sometimes in our everyday lives, our cards don't get as appreciated as much as we would like. Or, as Sheri has often said, her mom only has so much room on her fridge. We need to broaden our circle. So this card share really is a fabulous way to not only use what you've got to make something beautiful, to enjoy the process, and then to share. It just warms my heart. It was such a beautiful idea that Sheri brought to me, and I'm so glad that we move forward on it.
And I will honestly say my mom has never complained about me filling up the fridge with all of the cards that I've brought to her. But I kind of knew it was time to expand. And you know what, Sheri? I have had such wonderful experiences. You know that I'm a relatively new card maker in amongst some of the longtime stampers and scrapbookers and card makers. And I really came to this craft with a love for hobbies. It wasn't that I set out and said, this is going to be my one and only. It happened naturally that way. I tried crocheting. I knitted socks. I've done a quilt, lots of great things that I've done that way. But when I came to this one, I first started meeting other Sheris. I don't know what that's all about, but also I found it was a passion that I wanted to be able to do and that I wanted to share. Every card maker and paper crafter that I have met along the way has been part of a community. And I just love the welcome that I feel when I meet people who also know how great it is to make art with heart in these wonderful little packages that can get sent to somebody to bring joy to their lives. It's an easy thing for us to be able to give a card to somebody. It's a lovely thing to be able to make that card and really feel the experience of the joy ourselves too.
Absolutely. So one of the things that you folks or the previous group asked for was a theme. Last time, as Sheri said, we kind of let everything go because we didn't know what we were doing. Well, we did kind of know what we were doing, but we're trying things out. And so the number one theme that was requested is going to be our theme for this particular card swap. Dun, da, da, dun.
Birthdays! I am so excited for this theme because I'm one of those people that sort of makes the birthday card for the person that's having the birthday. I kind of custom make it. This is going to force me a little outside of my comfort zone, but in the best way possible because I love birthdays. So I'm so excited to have the opportunity to make or take from my stash some birthday cards. But man, am I ever excited to see what everybody else makes, because I think this theme is one that all of us really enjoy. Because who doesn't want to have a handmade birthday card? Right, Sheri?
That's right. And you know what? We all have people in our lives that have birthdays. You know, it's one of those things that's a fairly common denominator for most of us. So that stash that we
Yes.
have built, that you know, and maybe your mom has, you know, gotten a lot of your cards, so to get something in a different style, or you know, it is always a great learning experience, and it's just that reassurance, like, oh, my husband came home and there's a coworker at work. Here's a card. You
Yes.
know, Granny's got her birthday and I completely forgot, so here's a card. We
Right?
always need birthday cards, and there are so many options to choose from. There
Absolutely.
is also a little, you know, a little thing that that makes this special for this particular time of year is we both have birthdays in March.
In fact, we're
So
so clever, we put them next to each other, didn't we?
that's right. That's right. So, you know what? It just feels like it is a fitting theme for this particular card share to be birthday themed and get you all set and ready for the year ahead.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
All right.
I I think that covers everything. In the comments, I have put the link in order to sign up for the card share. There is a $5 fee to get signed up for this, and that's really just to, you know, seal your commitment, so to speak. And you know, we'll be doing some little extra stuff as well. So don't want to spoil too much news, but it's going to be a fun time. So you go right to the website and you get signed up. And as soon as you start getting signed up, we're going to start sending you surveys and getting your information and getting you ready, so that I think we've tentatively scheduled, or not tentatively, actually scheduled registration closing on March 4th. So that's actually, what is that, 2.5 weeks to get
Yep.
signed up. So
Yep.
lots of time. Tell your friends,
Yeah.
get them all in there. And that's one thing to note that I don't think we went over, Sheri, is that in the survey that we're going to send you, if you got 3 or 4 friends in the swap, but maybe you want to swap with new people, because that's what this is all about, we'll ask you that. So don't worry about you getting cards from your next door neighbor.
Right.
We're going to make sure that everything is spread around, and you get lots of connections in this group.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Because if you already have a friend that you do cards with and already share them with, it doesn't make sense to make that your new partner. So you can easily identify who each other are, and we're happy to make sure that we partner you with somebody that you don't already know.
that's right.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. I don't see any comments in the chat. If at any time you do have questions, let me see if I've got an email here. Have questions?
There we go.
Email us at info@craftersworkshop.ca. We're happy to answer your questions, or you can comment on these posts here as well. Sheri and I will be watching all the things and make sure that we get all the information out there. And until then, as the white stuff trickles from the sky, start making your birthday cards, get signed up, and come share with us.
Indeed. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Sheri.
Have a wonderful day.